Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here with another death-defying episode of XCOM, The Long War. Death-defying, Pete? You ask skeptically. To which I reply, abso-goddamn-lutely. I mean, did you see our last episode? Seriously, did you see it? I mean, if not, stop watching this. Go watch that instead, because it's unfriggin' believable. And yes, I did say believable. I did. Go ahead, go watch it, I'll wait. I'll wait, go ahead. See? See what I mean? Was that not unbelievable? I mean, after that, I'm convinced that either Justin Bieber acted out a death scene that made John Hurt look like he was phoning it in Alien, or he's fucking Lazarus. And if that wormy little bastard can convince me that those are the only two possible explanations for him still blowing air past his teeth, then I have to admit, however reluctantly, that I think I'm a believer now. I mean, he's converted me. If he were, there's no other explanation for it. I'm a believer. I mean, if he were to pull something like that off again, something so purely miraculous, I'd be henceforth forced to communicate exclusively via Twitter for the rest of my life, so that my love for Bieber could be properly expressed in hashtag form. I wouldn't want to, because honestly that sounds like the deepest, darkest circle of hell to me, but I would, simply because at that point I'd have no other choice. I mean, that's what believers do. It would just be, it's part and parcel of the whole Justin Bieber gig. The Church of Bieber. Believers, that's how they worship. But, you know, I don't know what to say. I don't have anything else to add to that. It's just, Justin Bieber is, he's a remarkable man. Really, remarkable. No facetiousness there at all. He's a remarkable man. But as remarkable as the Biebs may be, and as utterly astounding as his actions on our last mission were, arguably he actually didn't do a whole hell of a lot other than get shot by a rocket and somehow manage not to die. But those aside, we still do have some work to do, so we're going to have to put our jaw for the J to the B to the Eber. Just set it aside for now so we can get a little work done. Now, as we raided that Exalt base, we did come out with what is effectively a massive, massive stack of cash. I mean, seriously, every rapper in the hizzy is going to be envying our stacks. We got stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks, and then those are also on top of other stacks. It's pretty goddamn amazing. And since we have those fat stacks, I really feel there's nothing to do but go ahead and start spending it, and we're going to spend it almost exclusively on facilities. So we've got our hyperwave relay brew in here, we have an Illyrium generator, there are a couple more things we need. One of those things, we got to have another satellite uplink so we can complete part 2 of our 2-part plan to eliminate the long-standing thorns on our side. The Exalt part is done, but we do still have an alien base brewing up no goodness like a festering canker down in South America, and we do need to excise that tumor as quickly as possible. So in order to facilitate that, we're just going to build ourselves a nice little scanner here and use that baby as a scalpel to slice open that festering boil down in South America and drain the pus of alien infection. Other thing we're going to build, I'm going to build another laboratory because we have one less slot and got to put something there. Laboratory seems like it'll be about the best choice. That's going to leave us with 540 credits, and as much as I hate to give Dr. Shen cash, I really don't like to reward his poor performance. It's an anti-Pavlov sort of thing. But I'm going to be forced to. We do need another Firestorm, so we're just going to go ahead and straight up order that. 401 Illyrium for the Firestorm. That's a cash tax we will pay. There you go, Dr. Shen, our hard-earned money. I mean, seriously, Justin Bieber almost gave his life for that cash. You don't seem to appreciate it at all. You're just sitting there, staring vacantly, wondering whether it's time for pudding or not, trying to remember if you watched Wapner today. I don't like giving him money. But anyway, that's our maintenance items all wrapped up and taken care of. So if we do, I'm going to head down to our barracks very quickly now. I've singing the praises of Bieber, which really sort of makes me feel dirty all over, especially on the inside. And there's no soap to wash that out. But Bieber is going to be down for another 29 days. Most of our other team, I just wanted to look and see when the rest of our team can be expected back. And everybody else is only a little more than a week out. So we should have plenty of available troopers. Yeah, we got plenty of talent here to handle anything we might see in the next foreseeable future. We could even do a large UFO raid if we have to. So let's get to scanning then. Yes, thank you, Magil Barrett. Your constant reminders aren't irritating in the slightest. And let's just start skidding and see what we're going to come up with.
Contact detected.
Well, the alien's wasting no time at all. Alright then, who have we got on Interceptor? Nanook probably is going to grab our next Firestorm. Not necessarily a terrible idea to get him another kill, but I wouldn't mind getting a kill for one of our backup pilots. Let's send up Heater and see what Heater can do here. We're going to trust De Nunez, see if he can bring down the kill. Better catch him there, De Nunez. Otherwise, Hamilton Porter is going to be making fun of you. Speaking of Ham, oh, well, okay. Well, that was quickly done and well struck. I have no complaints about your performance there, De Nunez. That was fine work. All right, so we've got a small UFO on the ground in that says Mexico, but if you're looking at the actual map, it's definitely in the ocean. Bradford, just a little bit of off there. I'm pretty sure that's not even in Mexican territorial waters. Anyway, that's what happens when Bradford has his 6th pint of gin in the morning. So let's put together a crew here. Now, this is a small UFO, and just last episode, before the miraculous resurrection of Justin Bieber, I was lamenting the fact that we had a number of very low-rank troopers that I hadn't had an opportunity to put any experience on. And we're going to take some steps to begin rectifying that. I've got some of these guys down here at the bottom of the list who aren't exactly setting the world on fire, and it's time we start fixing that. And to begin that process, this mission will be led by none other than the glorious Jean-Claude Van Damme. JCVD ready to go and spread himself amongst our enemies, ready to infect them, if you will, with his deadly virus. Or it could be, you know, an infection, who knows. Either way, you're going to get some BD on you, and that's never a particularly good thing. It's going to be the Slim Shady Memorial Slug Slinger. We're going to go with a scope and a laser sight, and that should have Jean-Claude's VD well capped and ready to roll. I want to take another infantry trooper as well. We could take Tay Diggs or Sean Connery. You know what? Let's kit out the rest of our team, and then we may revisit that second infantry guy in a moment. Who else needs some EXP? Kristen 1,000-yard Stewart could probably use a little. Although I'm curious how close Jesse the Tool Pusher James actually is to achieving maximum rank. Not close enough. Alright. If he was just like a biscuit away, I would send a Tool Pusher just so we could have another engineer with Bombard, because holy crap, was that an amazing ability. That really... Cash is pretty close, but probably not one mission close. But the Bombard ability... it was just amazingly useful in that Exalt raid. It really did us a number of good turns. I was very, very impressed with it. And seriously, max ranks engineers, they just make Rocketeers look like a pile of dog vomit. I mean, they look like Kristen Stewart's performance in any film she's been in. Just an atrocity of unbelievable proportions. I don't understand why Rocketeers are so shitty. Or rather, if they think Rocketeers are too good, because apparently they nerfed them after this build. But if that's the case, then why do they let engineers be so much better? I just don't understand it. Why do you have smoke and mirrors, Kristen Stewart? I'm not exactly sure what I was thinking there, but we are going to send Kristen... Well, actually, don't we have like a Jennifer Lopez or somebody who sort of needs to go on a mission? I mean, I said I was going to try and dedicate some of our lower rank guys. I'm pretty sure Geely is running around. Or maybe she's hurt. She might be hurt. There's John Mayer, who's... No, there is Jennifer Geely Lopez. Well, let's get old J-Lo stuck in. She hasn't had a whole lot of opportunity to do any work for us. So we're going to give J-Lo some Aegis armor. And we'll give... Well, we're going to make items available because now Kristen Stewart is running around with J-Lo's stuff. That's not a good idea. J-Lo gets possessive. When you touch her stuff, man, she'll come at you like a fucking spider monkey. You don't want to mess with J-Lo. We're going to give her a Gauss Carbine, slew of grenades. Let's get her sorted. Let's get one of our lesser gunners, of which we honestly have many. Do we take 2 gunners? We could do... I wouldn't mind getting either cat... You know what? Let's take Nicki Minaj, because theoretically Nicki should be the closest to leveling. Yeah, actually, well, Nicki's not really that close. You know what? We're going to take Nicki anyway. So for Nicki's loadout, it's going to be Aegis Armor, Gauss Machine Gun, and we are going to give her the patented Scope and Alloy Bipod mix that we like for our stationary base of fire gunners. And let's just go gunner crazy. I think we'll take another one. Let's grab, let's do our mobility gunner, so that's going to be Taylor Moose Lautner. We do so love Taylor Lautner. Delightful human being. Just a quality person. everyone around Taylor Lautner is better for having known him. I truly feel that's the case. Pulse Auto Blaster, and a scope and a laser sight for Taylor Lautner. Of course, the drawback to being around Taylor Lautner is he will fail to kill something, and inevitably you will die because of it. So while he does make you a better person for being around, your tenure on the planet's going to be much shorter because you were near Taylor Lautner. You're going to want to go with the Scout and an Assault Trooper of some variety. What do we got in the Scout department? We just had Dominic Purcell on a mission. He actually did a fine job for us, but I wouldn't mind getting another Scout sort of up-and-comer. We got old Hambone Winfrey. You know what? We haven't taken the Hambone out. Let's give her a chance to ham it up. Also gives me an excuse to say ham, and I gotta say, the blazing white Stormtrooper armor, really a good look for you, Oprah. I mean, I wouldn't have expected you to choose Imperial Stormtrooper colors, but sort of makes sense in an odd way if you think about it. Chem Grenade and an Arc Thrower are going to complete Trooper Oprah's kit there. So that's got Hambone. Sort of do want an Assault Trooper to sort of tag along. Miley, yeah, Cyrus wouldn't be bad. Could send Sir Sidney. John Flansburgh, I'm just not overly comfortable with deploying in even the slightest capacity. Charlie Sheen, not this time. I think we'll leave old Winning on the deck there, and let's take Mr. Tibbs out. So we're gonna go with old Sir Sidney Poitier. Damn right you'll go with Sir Sidney Poitier. There's never a greater man that has walked this planet. No better person has ever graced this god-good earth. Thank you, Sir Sidney. So, it's going to be Walker Servos. Now, I'm torn here. I'm thinking breaching ammo and Walker Servos, but I also want an Arc Thrower. Sydney's not that quick. You know what? Let's forego the breaching ammo in favor of the Walker Servos. That only gives him... How come that didn't speed him up more? Interesting. Alright, so Walker Servos then, and I guess an Arc Thrower will be the other half of Sir Sidney's kit. Huh. I was expecting Sir Sidney to be faster with the servos, but I guess not. Alright then, fine. I guess we'll have to make do. We are going to need a medic, and I think that's going to be probably the Rat. We really need to train up another medic. We sort of need to get our hands on another one. The Beebster, of course, recovering from his Lazarus-like resurrection, will not be available, but that's okay. John Rat Leguizamo is available and ready for action. Take note, casting agents. John Leguizamo's contracts come signed. He is always ready and available. Just bear that in mind. Just throwing that out there. Mostly because John needs some rent money this month, and he'll literally be in anything. He doesn't care. A sci-fi original movie, whatever. It doesn't matter. The guy just needs some work. His SAG card is about to expire, and he's got to get something so he can get that refreshed. We are going to want a Mech Trooper, and it's been a good long while since we've had Ashley Tycoon Olsen out, so I think this will be a fine opportunity to give old Ashley a spin. We're going to give her our Mech 2 Defender, a little bit of railgun, let's go with grenade launcher, flamethrower, alloy belt. Ashley's really fast already, really fast. I'm not sure we need the Illyrium turbos on Ashley. You know what, let's go with weapon gyros. That does reduce her health by a bit, but still, Ashley is pretty solid. This will let her get into a good position. If we need her to dash in with a flamethrower, she'll be right there, ready to deliver. Alternatively, she can just move to a good position and then stand and fire away with her railgun. So, let's roll with this kit. There's our team. Off we go, down to sunny Mexico. Troopers are going to stop off in TJ, pick up a little bit of illicit substances, probably some fireworks as well. Maybe see a donkey show, who knows.
Prepare for deployment,
Things get wild once you head down to Tijuana. Of course, they're well south of Tijuana, but, they made a pit stop on the way back. That's fine. They've earned a little R&R if they perform well. I'm willing to give them a little bit of rest and relaxation time.
Densely populated urban area.
Clearly, densely populated urban area. Well, you heard it from Bradford first, folks. Colonization of the ocean has begun. The first undersea colony somewhere off the southern coast of Baja, Mexico. Reserve your space now. Real estate down there on the bottom of the sea is going quickly. Just ask SpongeBob. Property taxes on his fucking pineapple are getting out of control. He's really he may have to move, actually. He isn't really able to swing the taxes anymore. He thought he could have Mr. Krabs move in with him, sort of a roommate to kind of help out, but they didn't get along at all. It's a kind of a rough situation. Old SpongeBob's having a tough time about it. Anyway, enough cartoon bullshit. Actually, SpongeBob, I find it maddening, but that's just me. Let's have old Hambone take a move here and pitch a battle scanner, see if maybe we can find some enemies. I gotta say, I'm not expecting a huge level of alien resistance on this mission. They gotta be kind of demoralized after what we just did to their buddy Exalt. Snatching a victory from the jaws of death and defeat, I mean, it had to sting a little bit. So, Storm Commando Oprah there, delivering a battle scanner force that didn't find a damn thing, although there's a meld canister up there. We've got a pretty open area. I think we'll probably be safe to just sort of come at this one, dare I say, just face first. Let's rush it. Also, our last... Oh, nope, that was a terrible idea, as it turns out. So what have we got? 2 heavy floaters and 4 berserkers. Alright, well then, we're in a absolutely miserable spot. We're going to need to kill 2 of these guys, and I'm effectively certain that we are not going to be able to do it. We sort of have no chance at all. That's a dash, so that's not going to work.
Roger that.
Yeah, this is starting out very poorly for our troopers here. So what do we got? 73, 73, 53. Alright, the question is how many of those guys are going to be able to get to and punch Jennifer Lopez in a single turn. Not more than 1. I feel that Jennifer Lopez could probably survive 1 punch if she had to. I don't necessarily like the chances of that, but... Alright, so we'd be best off to just pull... Let's bring this guy closer. We're actually going to need quite a bit of damage here as well, so we got to keep that in mind also. Now, we do have Nikki Crater Minaj, who has a flank shot. Who does she have flanked? Man, we're going to have a bunch of guys just standing with their dicks in their hand right out in the open. This is not the greatest idea of all time. Alright, so let's just continue pounding away, and I have a feeling somebody's going to take some very unfortunate damage from that heavy floater. He is not going to miss a target standing wide out in the open. The only thing we've got going for us, again, is that possibly, just possibly... Alright, we're going to take this shot with Olsen. Alright, now, Ashley has not moved, so she will have 1 more shot, but we're not going to take it at the moment. We've got to pull that unit a little bit closer to us first. We've also got to get JCVD into some fashion of cover. But what I was saying, we might be able to save her with a smoke grenade. It's sort of an outside chance, but not completely impossible. We're going to gamble here and probably get Mr. Tibbs hit as well. Sir Sidney, I know, has the stuff to take a punch. Sir Sidney can take a shot if he's got to, and in this situation, I think he's probably going to have to. Also, we desperately need this to hit Sir Sidney. Alright, so that should move him a little bit closer to us. And bringing him just that much closer. Alright, no close quarters combat, which is unfortunate, actually. I was kind of counting on that. JCVD could hit him twice. Let's... You know what? Before we have JCVD fired up, let's have Ashley Olsen take the shot. Alright, that's good. So that's a hit and a shred from Ashley. We needed that, actually. It's a big hit. We may be able to finish him off with close combat specialist from Sir Sidney. Fantastic work, Sir Sidney. Alright, so that turned out actually a little bit better than I'd hoped. We've got the rat. We're going to put the rat in cover.
Solid copy.
Jean-Claude is going to come over here, take a seat, and he's going to go on Overwatch. And the rat is going to deploy smoke on our 4 least, or rather most, exposed troopers. And then we get to watch Jennifer Lopez just get punched in the head. Now, who amongst you out there is just saying, oh man, what a tragic thing for Jennifer Lopez to get punched in the head? I wouldn't want to see that. That sounds like a terrible thing. You're all liars. Every single one of you. Every single one of you has wanted to see Jennifer Lopez get punched in the head at some point. Every goddamn one of you. So don't even front. Don't even pretend. I know you've wanted to see her take a shot. Who hasn't? I mean, she deserves it. That was ill-advised, Sir Sidney. You probably needed to hit that one, buddy. I think you're about to get punched in the mouth. Yep. Sir Sidney was killed? No way. So the heavy floater's flying high. That's not a problem. Sir Sidney is not dead, is he? There's no way that killed him. Another heavy floater. Oh, he's shooting at... No, that's actually not too bad. He just suppressed old ham bone there. That's not a problem. Sir Sidney, what the hell's wrong with you? You're not even that badly injured, man. 41, 61. So actually, Olsen not with fantastic shots there. Pretty good shots for... Well, not pretty good, but not the most shameful shots we've ever seen. These heavy floaters are actually kind of a problem. What can Crater do here? She's only going to get one shot, so we're gonna try and make it count as much as possible. Now Nikki does have heat ammo, so I think probably shooting at a floater would be our best bet, but we're not going to do that. What we're going to do instead, we're going to shoot at this Berserker, see if we can get some free damage out of Sir Sidney when that guy moves away. It really is the most logical, although Sir Sidney, for whatever reason, did not take his shots. Not entirely sure why. So, J-Lo. J-Lo's gonna huck a grenade. Can you land it there, please, J-Lo? Thank you. That'll do nicely. Little bit of damage here from old Jennifer Geely Lopez, who avoided an expected punch in the skull. We were totally waiting for J-Lo to get a nice wrap on the beam, but well, through whatever miracle, she avoided it. We need to get some more damage on that. Also need to get some damage on this guy. And that guy. That guy actually is probably a more serious problem and more difficult to hit. Taylor Lautner is hollow targeting. We're going to have him shoot at the heavy floater. Alright, so Hambone is no longer suppressed, which is good. We're going to bring the Hambone over for a flank shot. She has our heaviest armor. This can't miss, so we're going to get a little bit out of the cannon. There we go. So Oprah Winfrey showing us her chops, and I gotta say, they look pretty good. Now, I know normally when one mentions Oprah and chops in the same sentence, that usually refers to chops of the pork variety. Oprah, of course, a well-known pork chop aficionado. Really can't afford to take any chances with Sir Sidney. We may have to reconsider what to do with Sir Sidney, but we don't have a whole lot of offense left. You know what? We're gonna need Sir Sidney to do some work for us. I'd love to get him in a position where he can shoot at this enemy twice, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So we're gonna take a single shot with Sir Sid. Boink. That's gonna bring this guy closer to us, and then we're gonna try and get a free shot with Sir Sidney's last bullet by pulling it. Well, we were going to, but that's so much for that plan. Let's shit it straight down our leg there. Nice job, Sid. Well done, buddy. So 84% then for Van Damme. We'll go ahead and take it. JCVD delivers. If he doesn't panic, we'll try again just to see if VD can close him out. Yeah, he did resist. Actually, you know what? Actually, Olsen might be the better bet. Let's see if we can get the kill with Olsen. We did. And then we can try and make Ashley Olsen a little bit of a tempting target with the remainder of her move. Now, Ashley's definitely going to take some damage here, so our goal is going to be to try and minimize what damage she does take. Let's put her here. She shouldn't have line of sight to anything from that position. Possibly the floater. Oh, nope. Alright, so now Ashley is our tempting target. JCVD can take a shot and go on Overwatch because he has done nothing thus far this turn. We're going to take that shot. It's a little bit better percent chance to hit. And I think, actually... Wait, why did... I don't understand why that ended John's van. That should not have ended his turn, damn it. Oh, you know what? He shot that Berserker once. Yeah, never mind. I'm just an idiot. Alright, so the Muton Elite has fallen back. Let's see what the floater does. Also falling back. He's going to go on Overwatch almost certainly. Nope, double move. Wow. Quit your crying, Sir Sidney. I wasn't crying. I was merely weeping in loss for the noble troopers who have sacrificed so much to get us this far.
Moving to position.
I know some bullshit when I hear it, Sir Sidney, and that, my friend, is bullshit. So what we'd like to do, if at all possible, and it is possible, we're going to panic this elite.
Preparing flamethrower.
Well, I may have panicked him a little too hard, Bob. That seems like we got a little bit too much soup on that one. I'm sorry, Indigo. I didn't mean to jog him so hard. Alright then. Well, we'll have to, let's engage our backup plan then. Our backup plan is apparently just exiting the game. It's, seems like a terrible, terrible backup plan.
Rolling out.
Fortunately, I quickly reconsidered. Hambone, why don't you head on forward? We gotta get somebody with an arc thrower, and since Sir Sydney is, let's say, refusing to cooperate, we're gonna need somebody up there. I would like to get a capture out of this because we really need plasma rifles desperately, and that guy has one. So, we want to get it. Can we do anything? We might get like 1 damage and destroy some cover. Let's just go on Overwatch. Could have taken a shot with J-Lo there, but it's questionable usefulness. The grenade actually not a great idea from Johnny Floater there. That's going to end his turn. So now what we've got to do is figure out how to do some damage to that unit without killing it. It has 10 health, which means we can't afford to flame it because the flamethrower could straight up jack it. Ashley Olsen, how much damage are you going to do? Too much is the answer to that question. J-Lo? You know what? We in order to capture it, we're going to need to either hit it with a chemical grenade or panic it. Our unit that has the capture also is the only one who has the chemical grenade, and there's nowhere safe for her to stand and throw it. So we're going to gamble then. This is not a great idea. Let's hope this doesn't kill it. Although with Jelly Delirium, this is almost certain to kill it. Oh, it didn't. Fantastic. Alright, so the floater is panicked. Excellent. That's actually perfect. So that's going to give old Hambone a chance to get into position. And she can fling a stun at it next turn. We're not going to send anybody on Overwatch. We're just going to straight up end our turn and try and take the cheap capture. In fact, what we'll probably do is just maneuver our troopers to be ready to fully assault the ship once this turn is complete. And anybody that needs to reload, we'll get them a reload.
Rolling out.
So, old rat here. Just cop squat there is fine. We're just shuffling about, trying to make this look competent, like we know what the hell we're doing. Sir Sydney, I probably should have had you dash instead of reload, but, you know, I'm not exactly a thinking man. I'm not a thinking man thinker. Thinking's hard. I leave that thinking stuff to smarter people than me. So, go ahead and panic. Yep, that's fine. Johnny Floater still feeling a little freaked out. That's good. So, enjoy your freak out, sir. We're gonna take this one to ya. Buzz. No dice.
Permission to use a real gun, sir.
Permission denied. Just gonna throw that out there. We're gonna get Sir Sydney up so that Sir Sydney can try. And Panicky Floater is panicky, which is good for us.
I'm on the move.
Move J-Lo over here. We do not want you to spawn a pod, J-Lo, nor can we have you go on Overwatch, so... Ashley Olsen, why don't you advance just very slightly, and we're gonna have you reload. Fortunately, Ashley does not have close quarters combat.
Rearming weapons.
I mean, fortunate in that she won't accidentally kill the floater. I'm not overall certain precisely how fortunate it is that she doesn't have an ability as fantastic as close quarters combat.
Let's rock.
Maybe I'm just saying the first words that come to my mouth and not really thinking about anything that comes out of it, which, honestly, that's totally what happens. I have no idea what I'm saying half the time when I'm playing this. And when I say half the time, I mean all the time. So, Rat, you're probably fine where you're at, buddy. Now, you know what? Why don't you advance it there? It gives Van Damme a couple extra tiles. And let's just end things up then. Panicky Floater continues to be panicky, which is good for us. We probably should have maybe gone for that meld canister. Definitely should have gone for that meld canister, but well, I'm not smart or good at XCOM, or particularly gifted or attractive. Pretty much all around worthless is what I'm saying. I hope that message comes across. I do try desperately to convey it as best as possible.
Yes, Commander.
So here goes our second attempt at a capture. Come on, Johnny Floater, what do you say?
Aye. Attempting capture.
I say you're a
Permission to
fucking
use a
dick.
real gun, sir.
Yeah, well, at this point it's going to be permission granted, but that's going to Jean-Claude Van Damme. He needs experience more than Sir Sydney does. And I really would have liked to... God, captured that alien rifle. That would have been useful for us. Could have used it.
Come get some.
Alright, let's get everyone else in a position and ready to assault what remains of this UFO. My guess is inside we're going to have a pair of outsiders.
Okay.
Since it's almost always a pair of outsiders, don't ask me why. Overwatch there. Hambone, why don't you run up to that log? Soper got really excited there for a moment, because when I said run up to that log, she thought it was a nut log or a cheese log. She got real stoked for just a little minute, and then she realized it's just wood. Then she thought about eating the wood, and then just decided that was probably not necessarily a great idea.
Heading there now.
Now, Ashley Olsen is completely out of flamethrower, so we're going to want to be at least a little bit careful with our assault. We can't just go turbo insane and run around doing whatever we damn well please. We're going to need to
On the move.
think about our actions at least a little bit. Still pretty disappointed about that failed capture. I was really kind of hoping on that one.
Moving.
Don't spawn a pod. Alright, Jennifer Lopez, you get on Overwatch. And next turn we should be reasonably ready to enter this vessel and scour its contents. Now, it sounds like there's berserkers inside. Gotta say, that's not what I was expecting.
Come get some.
Overwatch, Hambone. You know, that's actually there is probably a better spot for you, because we're going to put Van Damme in the other door side if we can get him there.
Running.
Van Damme with just enough speed. We'll have Sir Sidney backing up the other side. Nicki Minaj is probably... I hope this doesn't spawn a pod. It'd be real bad. Alright, that's good. Go ahead and hunker down there, Nikki. Jennifer Lopez is probably okay where she's at, and we'll bring the rat just into a overall support position. I really want to try and keep the rat back and safe in case somebody should get critically wounded. Not everyone can self-rescue with their own savior ability like Justin Bieber. Some folks got to do it the hard way and wait for a medic.
Overwatch.
A little bit of Overwatch there. And next turn we'll open that door. Should have no trouble with whatever's in. I'm guessing a pod of berserkers or mutons, probably back in that neck of the woods. Now I'm kind of wishing that maybe we had gone for the capture on mutons. They tend to be a little bit easier to snag. Well, so there are mutons and outsiders then.
They're moving to flank me.
We've got more enemy activity than we were expecting, and this is not going to go well for the aliens. So first off, this guy is just going to get straight up murdered. Sir Sidney is going to pretty much butcher him. Hit number one. And that got him halfway home with some change. And Sir Sidney's just going to go ahead and finish that job off. Damn straight I will. I may have had a little bit of a moment of panic earlier, but what sane man doesn't panic on occasion? You can see that I've rallied. That's alright. Take it easy, Sir Sidney. Nobody's impugning your honor or anything. You're alright. Settle down.
I've got a visual.
Yeah, we didn't need that at all. So Nicki Minaj is now suddenly in a terrible position. J-Lo may be able to help her out, however. And by maybe, I mean J-Lo totally going to be able to help her out with some quality grenade work. We're going to eliminate most of this cover and possibly kill that guy. Not quite a kill, but most of the way home. Alright, so... gotta begin thinking about what we want to do. We're probably gonna... well, no probably. We're definitely going to have old Nikki hunkered down. She can't move and do anything else. Question now is, how do we want to deal with this chump? I'm thinking we send Hambone to here. Is that a dash? Why is that a dash? Okay, so Oprah Winfrey, not quite as speedy as we had anticipated, which is saying something, because honestly we were not expecting Oprah Winfrey to be particularly gifted in the speed department. I mean, it's Oprah Winfrey, come on. So, 82 per... you know what? This'll generate a kill. Go ahead and take the shot, Lautner. Good goddamn Taylor Lautner, you are such a miserable failure, and I hate you with a passionate intensity, sir. And now it's coming apart at the seams. I was hoping we could get somebody over to help support the beleaguered Nicki Minaj, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We only have one unit left. Yeah, this is not good, folks. We're going to move the rat, and the rat's going to throw a smoker. We got to cover up some of our units.
Smoke out.
I get so aggressive when I play these small UFO maps because I have such utter unspeakable disdain for the enemies.
On the move.
Really should play this a little more conservative. But, well, I like to live dangerously. Or foolishly. But honestly, well, foolishly, really. I'm dangerous via way of foolishness. Now, you guys go ahead and hunker down. Just look for some more cover over there and maybe wad up in a nice pile where old J-Lo can whip a bunch of grenades at you. That would be good for basically everyone involved. No idea what that guy went on Overwatch. That's going to be a shot. Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, you can take a hit there, Ashley Olsen. I know being heroin chic is chic and all, but sometimes being thin is helpful. I'm not sure how that's a suppression shot of Nicki Minaj. He very clearly just shot his own unit in the back. No idea what that unit was trying. Okay, yeah. Apparently the enemy team has employed me as their tactician, and they're regretting that almost instantly. So Oprah is our scout. We're going to need Oprah to draw this Overwatch.
Heading there now.
This should get the job done. So let's see how dodgy Oprah is. Well, so far so good. Oprah's tough to pin down. She is tough to pin down. I mean, just ask Stedman. That guy's been trying to pin her down for, I don't know, how long have they been a thing? 465 years, roughly, as a couple? You know, I don't actually want to take that terrible of a shot at hitting that guy. I'm going to hold out for something better. Much like, speaking of Oprah, hey, and the whole Stedman gig. Holding out for something better, kind of Oprah's thing. And that cover is going to be not destroyable. But a grenade is still J-Lo's best opportunity here. So let's go ahead and drop that in. Not going to destroy the cover, but it should get us the damage that we need. 7 damage, that's respectable. So J-Lo's not exactly setting the world on fire or anything, but she is contributing. How to do this? We do have this chemical grenade. And I'm thinking about just throwing it at that guy. I mean, it's only going to do 1 damage, but it would get a kill. Jean-Claude Van Damme has no shots. Alright, well that's going to make our decision somewhat easier then. We're going to have Moose Lautner go ahead and... Oh, now you hit, Moose? Yeah. Talk about too little too late, buddy. I mean, nice damage and all, but... I stand by my earlier assessment of too little too late. My goal was to try and get him to hollow target, but doesn't look like it's going to be necessary.
I'm on the move.
That maybe is not a great move. Oh, okay. I was going to say, I think he might be flanked by the enemy that's further back, but he is not. JCVD impressing us by shooting wide, or, maybe impressing is the wrong word. We do have a run and gun here available with Sir Sidney, but the question is, where are we going to put him after we employ it? There's really nowhere good for him to be.
Heading to that
We're going to move the rat up. He has used his last smoke grenade. See what kind of shots he's got. Bad and worse. So we're going to go with some suppression. We'll just lock down this navigator. Going to do the best we can with what we've got. And we'll then take Ashley Olsen here.
Affirmative, Commander.
Now this is going to draw some fire, but that's okay. We're going to hold off on Ashley's shot. If Hambone can get lucky enough here to get the hit. You know what? Sir Sidney can probably get this done for us. Alright, so we'll just have Sir Sidney running. Now, it doesn't make sense. Oprah Winfrey, whatever she's going to do, she's not moving. Well, let's just have her use the chemical grenade to take the kill. We're going to put a cloud of acid there. And that's got Sir Muton sorted. He can either hunker down and do nothing, or he can die. Those are his 2 choices. We're going to have Sir Sidney run and gun then. And we're going to bring Sir Sid's over here. He may have a flank shot. If not, next turn he's going to pick up some cheap meld for us. And a flank shot? No. Also a terrible shot, actually, from Sir Sidney. So he's just going to go on Overwatch, I suppose. Ashley Olsen's going to take her flank shot. And that's just a dead Muton. That's fine. I'm comfortable with that. And I think what we'll do here... We'll just have Nicki Minaj trade a little bit of suppression with the unsuppressed enemy. Now, this guy's not going anywhere because he's suppressed. If he moves, he's going to die. That guy also not going anywhere. So here's a reaction shot. Don't miss, Leguizamo. Oh, this could be very bad. John Leguizamo not getting it done. Oh, he's falling back. Good lord, he's running for the hills. Which is, if television and movie have taught me anything, it's a terrible idea because the hills have eyes, and there's probably a family of, like, creepy hillbillies there that will eat his skin. Sir Sidney, get this meld.
Got it.
So, 3 meld. Fully. Why not? Not unexpected, but really, Sir Sidney was not going to do anything else at all that turn, so no real reason to not take the shot. Oprah going to finish off this guy. Yep. Oprah's going to finish him off like she is a pumpkin pie left over after Thanksgiving.
Heading to that
That was not smart. I'm a dumb man. Very, very lucky there.
That was close.
Yeah, it was way too close, Nicki Minaj. Then again, you are Nicki Minaj, so... if you had died, I would never have had to listen to the Roman voice again. So it wouldn't have been all downhill. I mean, there would have been at least some upside to it. Jean-Claude, can you do anything for us? You can take a bad shot. Go ahead and do that. Oh, well, alright. That's actually not entirely terrible, because you just enabled a kill for Jennifer Lopez, who, in all honesty, totally deserves one this mission. She's done some fine work for us, hasn't gotten the credit I feel that she warrants. And, she's gonna pick it up now. Also, if you steal Jennifer Lopez's kill, she will rub her sweaty ass all over you. Because she's got a big booty, a big booty. She's got a big booty, a big booty, and she's not afraid to use it. She'll rub that sweaty ass all over you. Just ask Iggy Azalea. She got covered in ass. Just covered in it.
I'm on it,
Big,
Commander.
sweaty ass. Also, who was that video supposed to appeal to? I mean, I understand it's for, you know, like, people who think that, large derrieres are attractive, and, I will say, I think Jennifer Lopez and Iggy Azalea don't necessarily have, you know, there's something to be said for them. They're both fairly attractive ladies. I would kick either one of them out of bed for eating crackers or anything. But, that being said, if you want to market the big booty, I really feel there's a better way to go about it, in that you don't display two big booties just sweatily smearing across each other in what is, frankly, a wholly unappetizing and somewhat unwholesome collage of images. It's a little bit questionable that that's necessary. You know what? Screw this. We're not taking any chances. We're just going to grenade the holy bejesus out of this guy and take the kill. There we go. Little XP for Ashley Olsen, since she's going to be spending some time in the hospital. Might as well get her a kill for Operation Stone Thunder. A stone cold success. Because Stone Cold 722 says so. I don't remember what Stone Cold's Bible verse was. Bible verse, rather. And honestly, I don't care to be reminded. So if you know, just keep that to yourself. I'm pretty sure it was Stone Cold 316, but whatever. Alright, so Sir Sidney got a promotion. Pretty well deserved. Sir Sidney, a remarkable kill-to-mission ratio. Almost 3-to-1, which is pretty impressive. It's not quite at 3-to-1, but he's closing in on it. Packmaster is interesting. Bring him on. Not that interesting. Sprinter is actually quite tempting. Packmaster is... I wonder if that would give him another arc thrower charge. I believe it does. And honestly, that would be extremely useful, and Sir Sidney is already pretty quick. But Sir Sidney with Sprinter and Walker servos would just be unbelievably fast. This is a tough decision, but I'm going to go with Sprinter. May regret that, especially if we have a problem getting alien rifles. But we'll see. Just time's going to tell on that one. Sort of like whether or not E.T. or Crush Groove is going to be the better summer movie for 1984. Time's still going to tell on that one. I like Crush Groove chances. I think it's not completely out of the running. Some assorted corpses. We did pick up one Mutant Elite corpse, which we need. We still need 20 of those for our Foundry project, so not a complete waste was that mission. We are going to head to the gray market, of course, as is our custom. Sell off these damaged UFO parts. Just want to get rid of those as quickly as possible. Some of them have sweaty ass prints on them, so we don't need to be necessarily keeping those around. Also, there's big market for that on the internet, I'm sure. Somebody probably paid good money for J-Lo's ass sweat. Probably a lot of somebody's. Maybe you could clone her from her ass sweat. Oh, that would be like the greatest thing ever. If you could clone Jennifer Lopez from her ass sweat, like 2,000 years from now, just in the future, a J-Lo clone, and then tell her that you cloned her from J-Lo's ass sweat. Talk about an existential crisis. It'd be fun to see her face when you gave her the news. But I digress. Anyway, with all our stuff taken care of, another mission successfully completed, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed my insane ramblings, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, consider subscribing as well. We'll see you again soon.